Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. My name is Brian, and I am first time hosting for the It's Based. I just took their accent from them. It's Based Game Jam. And I have the absolute pleasure of talking with the Sverun. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Sverun Games Q&A session. You guys are working on a game that I am very excited about. The Crowned in Steel. It's in early development now. And well, first of all, just hello and welcome to the show. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, all good here. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. No, I played your game, Crowned in Steel, and it's definitely like very cool. It has a Conan the Barbarian vibe. I don't know if that was what you guys were going for, but that's certainly what it felt like.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly how I
that's one of
feel.
that's one of the things we're going for. That's like old school fantasy feel.
Yeah, like a dark fantasy kind of brutalist, world. Um, well, I guess we're gonna be doing some gameplay with the Hangry Man and taking some questions, from people in the audience, whatever they want to ask. But in the meantime, I could also ask you guys some questions if that's cool.
Yeah, of course.
So this is Crowned in Steel. Is there like a backstory or anything for it you guys want to set up? Or you don't want to spoil anything, I get it.
Yeah,
But
well, we can't really spoil because we haven't really fully decided on the story. I mean, we have a general outline that we're talking about, but the whole premise will be um, something like you start in the dungeon. You are imprisoned by the big bad of the game, which will most likely be some kind of corrupted version of the medieval Ottoman Empire.
it says strike from a dodge. So try doing a dodge and then strike
Yeah,
in the opposite
that's what I
direction.
was just talking about.
Is that?
Yeah.
That's it.
And you can
I
do
gotta
that with
do
a
it with a
sword,
sword
too.
this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other way? Or backwards? Can you do like
Yeah, all combinations of directions work except the same direction. So
yeah.
yeah.
For Honor. Yeah, you know what? I played that once. I don't remember much about For Honor, but that's actually what I think about now that you mention it. This does kind of have a little bit of that vibe too.
I mean, I don't know about Dushan, but I personally haven't played that. I think I just tried it. But I've seen gameplay, but I just brought it up because it first came to mind. Because usually when people hear directional combat, it's like you have to watch which direction your opponent is attacking and then block in the opposite, stuff like that. But I just want to point out that
that's right. Yeah.
So it's not the case here. So you can basically, it doesn't matter from which direction you attack. It just matters that you combine those attacks.
So in one way, I am more for weapons having the durability because we really like the idea that you can pick up every weapon that the enemy has when you kill them. So in one sense, it makes sense that weapons have durability because there are a lot of same weapons. Like an iron sword is iron sword. So
Yeah.
maybe if it destroys itself after some time, it makes sense. But in the other case, there will be a few like not few but many unique weapons. So maybe you will be discouraged to use them if you know that they will break. And like we're not sure yet. We haven't decided it finally, but probably not. Like we probably won't have durability.
Yeah, but one thing we're planning to add is throwing weapons. I mean, being able to throw any weapon. So then it will make more sense to basically stock up on more of the same weapons. And then, like, as you enter combat, you can throw one and then bring out the other. So that's one way we can do that.
Yeah. I was also thinking, well, we did get a comment from Recon in the chat there over on X. He says, how is the game dev scene in Serbia? Have not heard of many teams from there.
Yeah, well,
I mean, It's starting to ramp up. So a lot of teams are actually starting to make their games. Maybe you heard of game Scorn. It's kind of a gritty Geiger like atmosphere.
Oh,
So
Scorn. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I've
yeah,
heard of
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
yeah. So those are the guys from Serbia.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we have a few like double A games, uh, but yeah, the scene is growing.
Hmm.
Yeah, we were on Gamescom just 2 weeks ago, and we presented this game actually in the indie corner of the festival. So yeah, we had
You just
I think
taunt me.
five or six indie teams with
Bitch.
us there. So and some of them were pretty good games.
Yeah, I
So yeah,
bet.
it's growing.
Yeah, that it seems that the bar of entry for people who want to create their own work as is, becoming more and more accessible, right? Like whereas before, like, making a video game was like making a movie, like it just was so the bar for entry was so high. But it seems like more and more people can access this stuff now and they're doing their own work.
Yeah, definitely with Unreal and Unity and all the new engines. It's definitely easier than like 10 years ago.
Yeah. So I was just thinking about your issue with the weapons thing. I just wanted to bring up an idea. Oh, this I got stuck here too, like stuck in the box. But anyway, what if like there's a game I started playing in October? I never played it before, but I wanted to try it out for my audience. It's
Don't
called
fall off. I want the battle axe.
Days Gone, and it's sort of like a zombie survival game. And in the game, you get weapons, and when the weapon's durability goes all the way down, you can use it for like a final sort of like automatic kill on one of the enemies. So what if like and just a thought, I mean, if you had a sword and it was like it broke, maybe you can use it one more time, but it's basically like, like a very flashy, basically to bring some fun to it. It's like a flashy
Yeah.
kill you can do.
Killed him with tetanus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely.
Oop.
We can still look into that logic
Yeah.
a bit. But we just wanna. The main thing we wanna avoid is just forcing you to use just better weapons. Like if there's unique weapons that don't have durability, you'll just always use them. You won't even look at the regular ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are probably ways like that throwing thing, which is not durability, but it will give you an incentive to actually pick up weapons that they drop.
Yeah. It's very those goblins, do not underestimate them, dude.
Oh,
they are really tough. Like
don't worry, I got him.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did. But they are really tough. Like we always think of them as like cannon fodder, but
He's very spry.
They're not tough, but they like to just dodge everything.
They're very fast. They're kind of hard to like pin down. They're like little flies.
You love me so much. I love knuckle weapons.
Oh yeah, I was
an Elden
Ring
character I named.
Oh yeah, that's
an Elden Ring character I named Fisto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an Elden Ring build with the Star Fist that it was absolutely insane.
Yeah, when we implemented hand to hand, we just liked it so much that we'll consider after this game we'll consider doing a similar game with just hand to hand combat.
Yeah.
So it's that good.
So like did you feel that like there was like some gap in like the industry that this game was going to fill? Like you were like, "Oh, we need something like this." Like obviously there are some games that do it, but it seems like this tone is sort of like, missing from or at least it's lacking in the industry currently.
Yeah, there is. Well, yeah, we're missing the skill-based games, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
In a sense that, well, Sekiro is a great example, but there's not many games like it. But we're basically missing that niche Where you have to actually learn the mechanics of the game, and not just rely on leveling up your strength or dexterity.
Right, or just
mashing, or just unlocking new attacks and mashing the button.
Yeah. So one of the things I missed on Dark Souls 1 is how you had to commit to an attack. Like if you hit the button twice, your character hit twice. Did not matter. Like you weren't dodge canceling anything. And unfortunately they kind of took that away, but I like that kind of stuff, which makes it harder.
But actually, we have dodge canceling, and the canceling doesn't actually mean that it's easier. It really depends on the situation. Like the Souls games, like excluding Sekiro, it doesn't apply to Sekiro, but they are really kind of slow when you look at it. When you play through it a couple of times, you really don't have to rush anything. If the enemies in Souls-like games were a bit faster, the ability to not cancel an attack would really be difficult, and it would feel bad. But yeah.
Yeah, well, the idea here is to give you as much control as possible over the combat. So if you make a mistake, that's on you, basically. So it's not like
go down there.
Is there? That looks like a trap. Is that a trap? Well, no. Let him guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Are there traps? Okay.
There's no trap there right now, but we can. That's just like a small area that we added to just not make.
Oh, you can climb up. Very cool.
Yeah. What's behind every corner? Does it have breakable walls, for example?
Can I just say that I really like that you put it? It's a really nice touch that when he drinks the wine, he throws it on the ground, like after he's done with it. That's so awesome.
I'm not letting the enemy have their blast.
What's he supposed to do? Just put it back there gently.
It's just a little
in the middle of killing enemies.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, no, that's so perfect. Like this is, it's almost like so satisfying. That's what I want to say. It's very satisfying.
I mean, small things like that are not really hard to make. It's just a different animation and some particle effects, but it gives much more depth, and that's actually what makes a lot of AAA games look so polished. It's details like that, which are not really that hard to implement.
Yeah. So it's also a part of a storytelling. So the fact that he throws a bottle after drinking it will say more about the character than a page of a lore.
Yeah, exactly. Like some book that you find on a shelf in the game, and then you have to read the whole. Like we don't need that. Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Yeah. We're gonna add more details like that, definitely, because we're gonna stay away from a lot of narrative. Like it's gonna have something basic, but it's not gonna be like full of dialogue and a lot of cutscenes and everything. So it's gonna be environmental storytelling.
As far as like the world building you have so far, is that like a lock-on? That's another thing I didn't know about. Very cool. Is that like a toggle, or is it like you have to hold the button down?
No, it's a toggle. Locked? It's right click.
Yeah,
I like that it's
subtle right now.
I like the way that but the way it works, because the light kind of it sort of puts the enemy in focus. It's very cool. We have a question from the chat. What was your biggest hurdle making this game so far?
Free time. Because we're making this game basically on our free time, because we're both we both have our day jobs.
Sure.
So yeah, that's mostly it. And yeah, I guess budget for. I guess we need to hire 3D designers to actually have our own assets.
Yeah, the time is definitely the biggest hurdle, and maybe I should add the dismemberment system is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
I'm trying my best to get rid to do it.
The video sets a high bar where you decapitate like 3 guys in a row. Like that's
you can actually cut him on the ground.
Oh, you can cut him while he's cut off his legs or
My
something.
favorite is
Oh yeah, look at that dismemberment.
One thing I like
oh
is
no,
dismembering corpses.
So this is not in that build, but we're yesterday we're tweaking that system a bit. So in the newest build and the demo that's coming out, you're going to be able to actually, as they're dying in their death animation, you're going to be able to keep cutting them.
That's awesome.
Okay.
That's cool. Yeah, that's one thing in Blade of Darkness that we definitely wanted to recreate.
I got to look up this Blade of Darkness game because I actually I've never heard of it. So now I'm curious. Yeah, I think people get really like ambitious with their ideas. Like, you know, they want to do. Oh, we're gonna make this. Like, for example, your game, this one here. People might be thinking, oh, wouldn't it be cool if this was multiplayer or co-op or online?
Cool,
but it's
technically it's not possible for us right now. So
right.
We're actually trying to finish the game and
yeah. So someone in the chat.
There's a lot of things that we got from the game in order to be able.
Yeah. Oftentimes, people's desires, like their ambitions, you know, are further out than their reach. So you have to operate within reach.
Yeah, go from checkpoints.
Yeah, you could have done the checkpoint.
You have to do
no, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
He's just taking on the Dark Souls, mentality. It's like, well, I died, I got to start over. So
yeah,
that's how I play. I don't know about you guys. I play nothing
what are you, basic scrubs? No,
casual.
I mean, if you want, you
gotta do this like a man. So Dave asks, will there be different build types like an RPG, so to say?
There's not. No, there's not going to be classic builds like that.
There's just one build, and that's Conan. That's the build.
Yeah, there's the Conan build. So there are different play styles, I guess. So they're not. Yeah.
So it's just based on the weapon, really, right?
Yeah, it's based on the weapon and how you like to play. Where you want to parry, or you want to dodge, or you want to combine everything, or you want to have a shield.
So it's not like you could choose, like you have to use all of the tools. Like they tell you there's parrying, there's blocking with the shield, there's dodging. And counterattacks, you can choose how you want to play. So you could just play and only dodge and don't use parry.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you can just spam one attack. It might work, but it's not fun.
I'll try that. We'll see how it works.
Yeah, try. But it's probably not fun as other playstyles. But
I think the combos are more fun.
Yeah, the point is that don't want to limit the playstyles or have you make those choices. I mean,
there we go.
In some games, it's cool. We like those games as well. But I think what's going to stand out in this game is that you can basically choose whatever weapon you like, and they're slightly different. Like they have different animations. There's going to be some unique weapons that give you some special perks that modify the gameplay.
I saw that with the saber, but I didn't get to use it enough to figure it out.
Yeah, so the saber has the basic strike is thrust instead of like the overhead swing.
Oh,
it's a thrusting weapon.
And it lets you do 2 thrusts in a row, where other weapons don't let you do the same attacks in a row. So stuff like that, like trying to change mechanics in a certain way, in a slight way, to actually give you reason to use more weapons and not just look at the stats, like is this weapon stronger or weaker.
So the thing that I think is the real fun part about this game is this dismemberment. Is this like a engine or a system you guys came up with? Like, how did you work out the dismemberment mechanics?
It was a lot of experimenting. So I literally worked on it yesterday. So it's still a thing
in progress.
Yeah, it's in progress.
So now it's a lot more precise, and what Marco mentioned, you can slice them during their animations. That part took a long time to get right, because physics in games generally is unpredictable, and you have to tame it in all sorts of ways. So it's basically a unique system. It doesn't really, you won't find it anywhere. So
Very.
there's a few other games that have a solid dismemberment system, but it's not precise as this, I think.
Yeah, no, this is very it's very reminiscent of what was it they said that Metal Gear Rising, but
oh yeah,
you guys
they really did something with it.
yeah, but you guys
But-
did this is
Oh no, he's
like
coming
the-
for me.
But even Metal Gear Rising,
They're
they have custom slices.
yeah,
Like you can
they're gonna
slice it
kill you.
like 100 different parts, but they don't have.
Go to the checkpoint.
Yeah.
Sorry, go
checkpoint.
ahead.
They don't
Start
have
from
ragdolls actually. When you slice the stuff up in Metal Gear Rising, those body parts don't have ragdolls, so they just fall off and they just disappear.
Yes.
That's one thing I missed in that game. That I think would be awesome if they implemented.
100%. Well, one of the things I thought about when you did the dismemberment, and you said you can dismember people even after they're dead, it reminded me of, I think it was the first time I really paid attention and made me laugh was when I played Demon Souls. And in Demon Souls, you'd kill an enemy and there'd just be this ragdoll, and you could walk around it and they'll flail around like they're weightless. And then you guys took that. Obviously, you think the ragdoll thing is fun because I think it's hilarious. And then you took it to another level and said, well, what if you cut off their arms and head and stuff, and you just, kind of kicked it around? It's
one of those things that doesn't have to be there for the gameplay. It doesn't really do anything for the gameplay, but it's just
but it's fun.
Something that you expect to be there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the dismemberment also reminds me of is Conan Exiles.
Oh,
have you ever played that?
I never played it, but I heard good things. I was trying to get my wife into it. I don't know. What are inspirations other than the games that you mentioned? What are the things you're drawing from for this? And what other kinds of projects do you guys want to work on? Do you have any let's say we're just speculating. This is like our dream projects. What do you guys think?
Well, for the first question, inspirations. Well, our big non-game inspiration is obviously Berserk, the manga anime. If you're familiar with it,
I am.
Just because we love big swords. And obviously Dark Souls is very much inspired by it. But yeah, I guess some of our own Serbian history is gonna make it into the game because there's a lot of epic songs and tales that come from there.
Yeah. Is there anything cultural like where you guys are from, or any?
That's why I mentioned Serbian history in general. We have our own tales. The original idea for the game was to make the main playable character one of our own folk legends. He's actually called the same as me, Marco Kraljevic, which basically means the prince, soon to be pre-king.
Okay.
So the original idea was to have him as the main character, but I just think since we can't really have that many custom assets and try to build our own custom history, we decided to just shift more into a generic dark fantasy Conan type world and just try to incorporate some of the themes and ideas that we wanted to have originally, to just make to have references and everything.
Let me just interrupt. When he blocks you, you can actually continue attacking just like you would. So you can chain the attacks. Yeah, sorry for the interruption.
Okay,
No, that's all
yeah.
right.
I was doing that before. I just blanked out for some reason.
Yeah,
Kick his
that's
ass.
also intentional.
I was just cheering him on. Beat him up, beat him down, make him regret standing up
Nice.
there when you were coming this way.
Obviously, like Unreal is the tool and kind of framework within which you're building the game. You assign the visual assets to the code modules that you're developing, but like in terms of like how, I mean, like,
how you get from concept to release, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, kind of like, because whenever I try to tackle something, if it's bigger than like trying to scrape like I don't know, just simple images off of a website that's pretty common, like then I kind of start to the words escape me. I want to say balk, but that doesn't exactly describe like.
I think
Definitely.
I think I get it. So that's basically that's what I said before. Like start with a simple project. So
Ooh.
if you wanted to make like this game or some other like more complicated game out of the blue, you will get confused because there are so many systems interacting with one another. So that's why I said before, start simple. So make a Flappy Bird, make Tetris. Tetris is like yeah, like you have many layers to making a game. So you can make Tetris in like a command line with ASCII characters and call it a day. But like that's the base levels. But the next one, maybe you add some sounds, and the next one maybe you add some particles when the row collapses. All of those things actually add up to quite a bit of work. So if you wanted to make a Witcher, you couldn't do it because it's too complicated. But just start out small and iterate bit by bit, and over time you basically you kind of get what you should and shouldn't do.
Yeah, basically, I start with a prototype that works, that does the most basic thing that you want it to work. So you want to scrape websites, just have it scrape a single website that you know will work. And then from there on, you can expand like which kind of data you want to scrape, and if you want to present the data somehow. But basically just iterate in small steps.
Yeah, so maybe a concrete example. So for example, for our game, like you have an attack animation. So in Unreal, the playing of the animation is literally like two functions. It's really simple if you have the animation and the character asset. But that's very far from a combat system. So maybe the next thing you can do is adding a second attack. So maybe you pick one at random when you click. So the second step would be maybe blending the two animations. Like at the end of one animation, you start the other animation, and you just iterate bit by bit until you get something that you want. It's easy. It's a common mistake to like download Unreal or Unity and like fill a world with landscape and start to make mountains like 20 by 20 kilometers. Because nothing will come out of that. So even if you use Unreal or Unity or Godot or anything else, even if you have all the power, you shouldn't use it all. Like you should use the minimal. Like
Yep.
even for this game, I don't use many of the systems that are out of the box. I wrote many things my own way because I know exactly how they work and how they fit into my game, and maybe they're more optimized and so on. So don't try to use everything at your disposal. If you want to go hardcore, don't use an engine at all. Like learn the basic bad practices that you will be forced to learn if you just make it in some programming language. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's. I can talk about it a lot more, but I don't think it's interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chudsoff asks, can we wish list yet?
Yes, you can wishlist on the Steam page. I think we shared it a couple of times. Maybe we can share it again.
Yeah,
but yeah,
definitely.
we do have a page, and wishlists are highly appreciated.
Yeah, what is there like what is the, I mean, obviously the wish list
Yeah,
is
we have a
comment.
website as well.
Yeah, obviously a wish list says that there are people interested, but what I'm wondering about is that is there like some benefit from Steam if you are like if you're wish listed, like does it benefit you guys in some way, like they like raise your platform or?
Yeah, not right now because we're not close to release. I mean, not close as in like at least a year. But wishlists on Steam are the biggest predictor of success for a game, basically.
Yes.
So
yes.
even if you're either self-published or have a publisher, both the same. Like the goal for any game is just get as many wishlists as possible before the launch. Because even if you get enough wishes, even Steam will push you like in the trending category, which helps a lot with organic reach.
Yeah, definitely. That is very exciting. Is that the boss? Are you like on the boss now? He looks different than the other guys.
That's the boss of the level.
Is there
he's really strong.
You guys, yeah, he looks really strong. He's got a lot of stamina. Let me see if there's another question.
Don't worry,
from
I'll
the
poke
chat.
him to death all the same.
Yeah. Are you guys gonna have? So that's fair. Are you guys gonna have like because I like the in terms of the dismemberment and stuff. I want to see somebody get cut in half right down the middle. Like, do you are you gonna do that? Like, I know it's.
Yeah, right now the system doesn't work that way.
Right.
But we can. Yeah, we had that discussion.
Is that on your list of goals? Like, we're gonna have it where you can cut people in half.
It's on the list of things
vertically
of improvements that that we want to do because that would be so good. Because there's literally the basic attack is just an overhit.
Yeah.
So it would definitely make sense to have that, but yeah.
I got a comment from the chat, live chat that's watching on YouTube from Robert Johnson. He's one of my he watches our videos sometimes. He says if the wish list count is high enough, it improves the likelihood that it will show up in recommended games on Steam for users. Yes. Yeah, that's what I think you guys think. Because did he get you? Oh.
Yep. I tried to do a combo.
All right, so we'll wrap it up. Are there any things that you guys really wanted to like deliver or say that we didn't get a chance to regarding this game? I'm super pumped. I'm gonna wish list this thing like as soon as we're done. So
I think the main thing is that we're obviously this is the alpha build. It has some problems. We're trying to polish that up in the next month or so. And just have a free demo on Steam, which would basically be the level that you're looking at. It will have like an hour gameplay, maybe less, maybe more, depending on your skill level or amount of times you want to replay it. But we're aiming to have a free demo, and then after that, we're just gonna keep making more levels and more content until we're satisfied with the state.
Can people get on the free demo from the Steam page for this?
Yeah, as I said, we're looking to release it in the next month.
Oh,
so.
okay,
So
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
it will be on Steam. Yeah.
You're refining it still. So there's going to be another build that's a little bit more further along than this one.
Yeah, we're gonna fix those like little things that you probably
All
saw in this playthrough. But yeah, I mean, this gameplay is like 80-90%.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to ask you guys one more question. I know that we got to end the show here, but like, who worked on the art design? Well, maybe you will kill this guy. Who worked on the art design for this and also the music? Did you guys like? I know that there's no music in this version, but there is in the 1 minute trailer. So, like, who's involved with that stuff? Because that's excellent.
As I mentioned before, most of the assets are bought from the Unreal store. The main character is custom. Our friends made that one, but he's gonna rework. We're gonna have a new character model that's gonna be as big as this one, but like with better textures and some more improvements.
Yeah,
like we missed last time. But yeah, most of the assets are bought from the store, from packs. We're gonna have custom music and sound packs. Sounds are gonna be reworked completely. I mean, you can't hear them now, but they're placeholders. But yeah, we have a guy that does professional music and sound design. So that
Very cool.
he's into the same stuff as us. He's actually a childhood friend of ours. So, and he's into the same types of games and stuff as us. So it's we know that it's gonna fit well and it's gonna be great.
All right. Yeah. Well, the game looks based to me, so we're gonna end it now. I'm not the one in charge. I'm just the guy who talks. So all right. Thanks guys for coming on. Please like, share, subscribe, and check out the Steam page for this game. Why am I forgetting? Crowned in Steel.
Crowned in Steel.
Yeah, Crowned in Steel. And it looks like this guy can breathe underwater. So it's okay.
He can.
Yeah, wouldn't dare. He's too afraid of him.
The axe is heavy.
Yeah, the axe is very heavy.
The axe is in the ground.
Underwater.
All right, yeah. Thanks, guys. Talk to you guys later. Have a good one.
Awesome, thanks. This has been fun.
See ya.
See ya.